Happy Friday, guys. So I've been getting a bunch of questions in regards to productivity, business, life, just things that I have gone through and things that I work through, and then advice of how to overcome some of these things. So starting every Friday, I'm going to put a live up here in my story, just going over a couple of the questions that I'm getting, and hopefully this can be help to somebody, whether you have your own business or you don't. Hopefully you can find something that will be beneficial for you in these questions going forward. So the question I've been having a lot is time management. So people are saying that their plates are super full. Like, how do you take on more? How do you manage your time? What does your daily schedule look like? And how are you successful at being able to do all of this? So 2.5 years ago, I started this business, January 2017, and I honestly had no idea what I was going into. I knew I wanted to be successful, make some extra income from my phone. I just also had a full plate. I've never been one to turn down a challenge. I've never been one to turn down something just because I didn't have the time. Not having the time could have been 100% my excuse for not being able to take something on new. But I knew that I had bigger goals than where I was at at that moment. So I knew if I wanted to hit these goals for my life with my family and for my future, that I would need to take something on that was going to supply me with that income to get there. So saying you don't have time, I actually I was working full time at the time at Campbell Soup. And then I was also doing 2 part-time jobs. So I also organized events for liquor promotions in the area, and I was waitressing part-time, and I also was getting my master's. So I was at the end of my master's. So I was going through all the huge paper we had to do at the end, the big case study we had to do, because I was getting my master's in business administration, and it was just honestly so much going on. So what I did was, when I first started this, I did an audit of my day. So literally, I want you guys to do this too. When you are at home and you have some time, at night or before the kids went to bed, or it's just before you go to bed at night, this is the best time for me. Or you can wake up a little bit earlier than everybody else in your house and get this done then, because your brain's very fresh in the morning. So I did an audit of everything I was doing through my day. Literally, if you spent 20 minutes folding the laundry, put that down on a list. And then you're going to look back at your daily activity, maybe do it for a week. Look back at where the gaps were, where you could fit in something that you need to get done on your list. Instead of creating that list just to always have that to-do list, have an action list, list that you actually are going to be accomplishing these things every day, checking them off instead of just hopeful to-dos. So a lot of people spend all that time making a to-do list. I want you guys to make an action list and actually be doing these things that are on there, instead of every day looking back at your list and saying, oh my gosh, I didn't do those things today. As far as business opportunity, when you're super busy and you want to take on a business, say you want to be doing this business with me, you want to be working from your phone, after you do an audit of your week, then you can see where you can fit in 5 minutes here and there to be building your business. You can be building your business all on social media, like I do on Facebook and Instagram. And actually, just this summer, I started doing more in person. If you have time to do an in-person event on a Saturday morning, that's going to be as much, literally, you can work as much in those 3 hours of being an in-person event as you could on a couple of days of doing this business online. So it's however you want to be working this business. I know if you're super busy, if you're following me, I have a lot of friends that are moms or super busy. So I know that in-person things just don't really work out with your schedule, especially if you're running from sporting event to sporting event. Being there for your kids, just wanting more time. And I know you joined this business because you want more time, right? So fitting this in throughout your day whenever you can. Another huge tip I have is doing block scheduling. So if you can honestly put in your day, between these 2 hours, I'm going to be focusing on that. If you work 9 to 5, then your 9 to 5 time frame is just going to be working full-time job. But as soon as you get home at 5 o'clock, what can you be doing from 5 to 6? And then you set a timer on your phone. As soon as your alarm goes off for 6 p.m., you're going to go on to your next block of activity from 6 to 7. If you plan out your day like that and you stick to it, you will see your time free up. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It just matters how much you're going to be managing that time and how much you're going to be sticking to your schedule. Of course, your schedule can change every single day. So just have your block schedule ready of your clear things that you are prioritized in your life, especially if you're trying to build a business with a busy schedule. make sure you have at least that 30-minute time frame in your day that you can be dedicated to building your business, talking to people, posting about the business, getting the word out, and just making new friends online. Like network marketing is meant to be social. So social networking is meant to be social, right? Like Facebook and Instagram. So make sure you're spending that time every day, building those relationships, talking to people about the business, talking to people about the products. As my life has changed, honestly, over the years, I've always had to readjust my schedule. So if you guys want to do that audit of your life, of what you're spending your time on every season, because every season of your life is going to change. Now, like I finished my master's, I stopped those 2 part-time jobs when I started this business. So within a couple months, I was making more than I was in those 2 part-time jobs. And then as of this year, I was actually making more with my business than I was at my full-time job that I went to school for 16 years for. Insane. But life changes. So now I just do this full time. And this is what I worked for. So if I didn't have that time to sit there and if I didn't have that will to make the time to be doing it, because I didn't have the time. Like anyone could say I had no time. I was always putting things on my plate. I was always saying yes to opportunities and challenges. And if I didn't make that decision a couple of years ago to look at my schedule, make a block schedule, make a priority list, and like actually get these things done instead of just making a hopeful to-do list, I wouldn't be where I am today, where I now have all the time. Literally now my schedule is I can wake up and I can do whatever I want all day and then go to bed. And I do the same thing again. I'm 100% building this business just for my phone. So that means I could sit here with you in my office, or I could be at a coffee shop meeting up with you, talking about everything. I could be at an event now. I could travel more. I actually just went to Boston, Charleston, and then I was in Pittsburgh. And my next trip is to Japan. So I'm going to be organizing that with my cousin, just making time for that. But I'm able to bring this business with me to Japan, which is absolutely crazy. We actually sell to Japan, which is awesome. We're in 26 countries. But it's awesome. It's just been literally one of the best things to be able to fit it into whatever kind of schedule you have. So I don't want you to look at like my schedule on my Instagram, my Facebook now as, wow, she has all the time in the world. That's why she's successful at this. I actually built this and became successful at it while I was doing 100 million things on my plate. And still I'm working on my house. I am like traveling, like I said. I'm always adjusting to my schedule and trying to fit this in my routine. So I know with no matter what your schedule could be, if you want it to have a business like this and be successful, and eventually maybe if it's just going to stay a part-time thing, that's great. But maybe you want it eventually to be full-time so you can actually have that time, have that freedom to be with your family and your friends and your dogs and like travel, whatever you want to be doing with your time. I know it's 100% possible, but I'm here. If you guys need an audit of your schedule and you need help of organizing when you want to get some things done, just because you want extra income with this business, especially now with the holidays coming up, it's just so great to not have to worry about putting things on a credit card anymore. I've actually paid off $30,000 in credit card debt alone this year. Like it's insane. I had so much credit card debt. I've always bought things on credit cards. And even with my part-time jobs and my million jobs that I had, I still racked up credit cards until I said yes to this. And within the last 2.5 years, I've built this into an income where now I can do this full time and pay off all of my debt. So I'm working on that. I'm chipping away. Now my to-do lists are like pay off my car loan, pay off my mortgage. It's insane. And now these action items that I'm doing with my business every day are going to get me to those goals and also help all these other people on my team. All these people that said yes because I said yes are now getting to experience what freedom actually is and what to do living a debt-free life. It's honestly amazing, insane. But if you guys need any more help with time management, I know I get a lot of questions about it. Just message me, comment on here, time management, maybe an audit me. Or if you're interested in the business opportunity as well and you want to try to fit this into your schedule, no matter what your schedule looks like, even if you do shift work as a nurse or if you're a police officer or anything like that, you can fit this into your schedule. And I'm so excited to show you how. And I'm so excited to show you what freedom looks like with this and how your life's going to change in the next 6 months, next year, next 2 years. Imagine if I, like 2.5 years ago, I said yes, right? And now this is where I am. Imagine where you'd be in the next 2.5 years. I'm so excited. Thank you for taking this time to watch this video. I will be back next Friday with another topic. I know people always inbox me asking me questions, whether they're in the business or they're not. And yes, if you are interested in the business opportunity, you can text me. My phone number is 856-834-2333. So that's 2333 at the end. You can just text me the word money and we can talk about it. You can text me the word audit me and we can talk about your schedule. And I'm so excited to show you how this will fit into your life. And happy Friday. Have a great weekend, everybody.